What's up guys, my name is Danny Matthews. Today we're going to talk about what a film and video editor is. Dope. I never wondered because I was always a video editor, but when my dad asked me, what do you do as a video editor? Like, I don't understand. You put things together, like what's the significance of it? And if you really do think about it, what does a video editor do if all the shots are planned out and you just kind of put it together and that's it? There's a lot more to it. So today we're going to talk about exactly what is a video editor and what is the role behind them. Before we really dive into this, understanding what a video editor and a film editor, they're very similar, and it all originates from film editing. Back when film first came out and we're doing like silent films and black and white stuff, there were people out there that were just manually cutting this stuff together. I mean, they had film rolls, like legit film rolls that you splice and then you put them on top of each other, and that's how you do a cut. And those were the editors back then. Those were film editors, and this was like a mass production thing. Like, there were so many people and all they did was cut it and put it right onto a place they wanted to go to the next scene. So that's where everything originated from, just doing simple jump cuts. Moving more into the future, as we see film editors start to get more technology and more of these things, and software comes out like Avid and Adobe back in the 2000s, maybe late 1900s. People are beginning to create this guidebook, if you will, of how to edit and how to be an editor. And then there started to become this new thing of different types of editing styles in different films, like comedy, drama, and one of the big advocates for this was Alfred Hitchcock. And I truly believe because of Alfred Hitchcock, a lot of these editing styles came about and started to expand from there. So now you got a little bit of an understanding of how they came about. What exactly are they doing? What is an editor doing behind the scenes? Now, an editor, I would argue, is one of the most important people on a project, no matter what it is. Obviously, if you don't have an editor, they can't put it together. So let's dive a little deeper into exactly what an editor is. Now, after you shoot a project and you've planned it all out, whatever that looks like, whether you're the director or you as the director or whatever that is, and you storyboard everything, you shoot your shots and all of that, you have this raw footage that you come to your software and you do what? You got to get rid of all the things that are not important to the actual film or video. But going through this process, an editor is going through the footage, making sure it knows what footage to use and putting it together in this timeline. But the most important thing for an editor, they need to have this. They need to know how to tell a story. Video editors are storytellers. Yes, a lot of that's done in pre-production with storyboarding and script writing. But at the end of the day, the editor has the final say with the creative director of what is the final product. This is talking about changing milliseconds of timing or how the viewer perceives a character in a certain way. As an editor, you can change how a character is viewed, whether it's someone that you love, you hate, you don't, you dislike, you feel uncomfortable, you feel happy, you feel any kind of emotion. An editor can actually change that emotion with certain techniques, whether that is cutting something shorter or longer, or getting something that's really more focused, or using a specific shot at a certain time, really changes the emotions and the understanding that the audience is watching. At the end of the day, you as the audience are just watching this and you're thinking, what does an editor do? Or not even thinking about that and just go, wow, this is a great movie. I don't know why. You're emotionally attached to it. But why are you emotionally attached to the characters? Why are you attached to the moments and the phrases that they're saying and the reactions that they have is all put together by the editor. And the editor gets to dictate whether that particular moment is extended or not, or how it's shown and perceived. Just a handful of things that they can do is changing different viewpoints, changing perspective as in scaling or using a different clip. Maybe this clip was taken 3 days after the shoot instead of the day of when it's supposed to be done chronologically, but the editor said this clip here is going to be way better in this position because it just goes with the storyline better. It helps the audience understand this storyline. Or hey, from this movie, you know, I'm watching my childhood in this chronological order. I'm watching my childhood first, and then you see me as an older person. What if you started with an older person with an issue that goes into the childhood that then connects everything to the end with the older person and their childhood? You can do different things. You can have different experiments. You can tell different stories through different timelines. You can change characters' perspectives and all of that. And you can manipulate the audience. You can literally make them think whatever you want. That's why video editors are so important. They create emotion. They use it with music, sound effects, changing who the characters really are, bringing out the best in the actors, creating that story from start to finish, however that may be laid out. As you can see, editors actually have a limitless stage that they're on. If they're their own director, then they literally are limitless. If they have a director, then it's going to have to go past him first. But for the most part, editors have a huge huge role in this. So at the end of the day, if you're an editor, you need to take pride in what you do, because you should be one of, if not the most valued person when it comes to creating a film or a video, whatever it is, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, movies in Hollywood, or a commercial for a car. You have a huge role that you play, and you change the perspective in every way that the audience watches. They watch the story that you've laid out for them. So at the end of the day, there you go. I hope you went on a little bit of a roller coaster. There's so much more information and dig deeper into what an editor is. It's very sometimes abstract and something that we can't specifically talk about because it's just limitless decisions. Where I could talk about this for hours, and obviously you're not going to stay here for hours, and I just want to give you a little bit of a taste and a little bit of an understanding of what an editor is, or inspire you if you are someone who wants to become an editor, or you already are an editor and you just kind of feel like you're not as important or valued. So guys, if you learned something from this video, make sure to check out one of these two, and I promise you you're going to learn something from that. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.